Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro recently had to deal with an arsonist on his residence, and as you could expect, the libtard media tried to turn this into it was a MAGA hat that did it. Now, before I go into that, I do want to highlight that there are some of these conservative influencers who are patting themselves on the back because they condemned this guy while the liberals didn't. Because you'll come to find out that this Balmer guy, that's his last name, I think it's Chris Balmer, he's a libtard himself. Cody Balmer, he's a libtard himself, a bit of woke on woke crime. Now remember, Josh Shapiro was going to be made the VP candidate for Kamala Harris, but because he was Jewish and liberals at that time were, or a large contingent of them were, mad over Israel and spewing free Palestine garbage, and so they had to swap out the Jew candidate and put in Tim Walz, which again, another reality that liberals will never acknowledge. And plus, you see that he's with a black woman, a Divestor, and they have a gaggle of kids together. And so, as soon as I saw that picture, first when I saw how he looked like a zombie, Walking Dead, woke white liberal lunatic. And quite frankly, seemed like he might be Jewish. But anyway, he looked like a liberal. And then when I saw that he had the ugly fat black wife, Divestor, kind of like Bill Burr, I knew right then, oh yeah, he's a liberal. And I don't have any sympathies for Josh Shapiro. I mean, again, this is the same guy who allowed Trump to be vulnerable so he could be assassinated. Because that happened in Pennsylvania. And also, this is the same guy that teamed up with a criminal gangster rapper by the name of Meek Mill to sign a bill to reform Pennsylvania's probation system. Basically more covering up for criminals, as liberals in the Democrat Party likes to do. And I'm sure he was in alignment with all of the protest rioting that went down during Trump's first administration. And so I have zero sympathy when the terrorist attacks that they advocate for others happens to them. You can guarantee one thing: Cody Balmer won't be able to make bond, and he's going to get a hefty sentence, similar to Nancy Pelosi's husband attacker, who was a liberal as well. Another instance of woke on woke crime. And again, with the laundry list of threats that Democrat, not just voters, but politicians makes on a frequent basis, when one of their own attack them, I have zero sympathy for it. Zero sympathy at all. Too bad he wasn't home, because then he could, give us, if he survived, a personal take on the realities of, peaceful protesters. Because that arson attack is just like the many arson attacks that took place back in 2020 that Governor Shapiro supported.